Hello everyone and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Today the last one in this week, tomorrow live stream as you know. And we will take a look to the market to see if we can figure out something interesting and for us useful to trade that. At the moment, as you see, even SPY is just pure casino. It's just gambling. They are just liquidating people, in my opinion. Just pump, dump, low volume, pump, dump all the time. And Bitcoin is just, you know, sometimes I think just synchronized. Um, well, I mean, what should I say? That's really crazy. And at the same time, I was tweeting some informations. In my opinion, we are starting to see things that reminds me to the dot-com bubble crash. The first companies, those who thought they are just becoming the next Microsoft, Apple, and so on. Those who wasted a lot of money investing in useless projects and so on and so forth are the first, it seems, they will disappear. And we can see actually the first impact, in my opinion. We don't need to talk about Celsius or Luna or at the moment just 3 Arrows Capital, for example, also doesn't look great. And of course, my most important topic is Tether. Because Tether claims coordinated conspiracy is trying to take it down. Wow, conspiracy. hmm Nice. So, after they manipulated the market, after they did everything that you shouldn't do, they are claiming someone is trying to take them down. Really, Tether? Really? In my opinion, it's time because the last spot ETF rejection we received by the ECC was really clear that one of the points why ECC is not going to allow any spot ETF related to Bitcoin in the US is because of Tether and its manipulation. It still has an investigation pending in New York, and they had investigations. I don't know if investigations, but at least one investigation. They got banned in Canada by their regulators, and to be honest, they deserve it. In my opinion, crypto will change to a better place without Tether. It's my personal opinion, and many will say, but what will happen when? We have other stablecoins there. We have USDC, we have Paxos. Nobody needs something like Tether. Arrogant, not transparent, lying to people, manipulating. I mean, how can you defend such a company if you are part of the crypto community? It's something I will never understand. I really never. I have researched a lot about Tether in the past, and many of you knows that. I have tweeted about. And yeah, it's really hard to see that some people are still defending Tether, you know. And I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to invest 1 cent in Tether. Never. I will never support Tether. I never did. I will never do. I prefer to leave this crypto market and, than to support Tether in any way. For me, Tether is very toxic for this market, and I'm really counting every day until it will fall and collapse. And many of you will say, Inspo, that's not the right way. Maybe it's my opinion, but many institutionals are pissed because of Tether, And what they are talking about coordinated conspiracy, I think that's a coordinated attack by institutionals, bank sector in the US, for example. It's just my theory, but it makes sense because spot ETF, Bitcoin spot ETF, is a multi-billion business. And it's not going to happen because of Tether. So, yeah, we can grow or we can maintain Tether. We can decide. In my opinion, I'm looking forward because crypto is the future, but without Tether. In my opinion, it's absolutely required that Tether has to fall. But as mentioned, it's just my opinion. Um, and that's it. I mean, that's not really a statement. I just wanted to say my opinion because I was reading a lot and I know this discussion about Tether. We have the pros, we have the contras, but even the last interview with Paolo, when uh, they asked them several times, why are you not providing a full audit? And the response was, because it's not required. It's unregulated market. We don't need to do it. So why should we? If that's not arrogant, if that's not trying to hide something, I don't know. They are saying they are going to sell to reduce all commercial papers to zero. Just check, SPY, check the whole market. Do you think that someone is going to buy Tether's double B commercial papers or everything that's lower than triple A? If you think so, good luck. It's not going to happen. Absolutely not. Maybe they will sell some, but without any doubt, they are not getting the money they should. And, well, I mean, and we see, I mean, Tether was and is involved everywhere. Everywhere. Celsius, it doesn't matter. Every time when something is popping up, if not the first name, the second is Tether. Always. Tether, Tether, Tether. And yeah, so I don't like them because, yeah, too much time I spent researching about Tether, about all people involved on Tether, and it's really hardcore what I have found out. And yeah, I think crypto without Tether could be a nice place where we could start from zero and hitting mass adoption, hitting Bitcoin spot ETF, hitting, I think that would be the future. Let us talk now about the market data. I think that's more important than Tether. I have spent so much time about Tether, tweeting about Tether and so on. So let us see. Well, the weights ratio 30 days moving average didn't decline more, but it's not really lifting up big. So that's something we should keep tracking the whole thing. But it doesn't look that bearish anymore. I mean, still too high, no doubts, but we need to see. We need to keep tracking it. And what we see here is, well, I mean, since yesterday, you remember I have mentioned that, I guess, that we detected another dump in the waste ratio 1 hour time frame. And what we see here is that even here, the waste ratio 30 hours moving average is declining. Not dumping, but it's declining. Also here indicating the whole market should cool down a little bit because weights are at least sending, it seems, less Bitcoin, sorry. And the stablecoin supply is rising. It's rising a lot today, so also indicating it could happen something bullish very soon. We should be ready for both sides, in my opinion. Forget your peers and really try to trade the market. I was longing. I stopped my long when I noticed that 7,000 Bitcoin just arrived to the spot exchanges. Close afterwards, we started to decline, and I'm staying away, to be honest. I will wait, and I mean the weekend is coming. I have some spot. I'm just thinking to hedge my spot backs with um yeah, a low leverage short, but I'm not sure yet, so we will see. Just to be on the safe side. A stablecoin reserves on exchanges was going up a lot, but it's declining right now, and we are talking about 700 million decline. So that's really big. And yeah, I'm seeing a lot of burning action, but yeah, it seems they are minting as well. So we need to be careful. What could happen today? I had a chat with George, and he told me also this week is going to be very important related to volatility. I think VIX is going has its expiry today, so we really need to be careful because we could maybe see some volatility, some hard push up, and afterwards some nukes. I really don't know, but we will see if the data is showing us something useful. Let us take a look to the next chapter. So, we received today, or at least I don't remember if that was Ernest or IT who tweeted about these 50,000. I think that was Ernest about his 50,000 Bitcoin outflow on Coinbase. And we had such operation just, wow, that was 2 months ago. I remember I have tweeted about that and I did my research. I just tracked all um, wallets, and then I have seen that they are splitting. They are splitting all these bitcoins in different wallets, and then they split them again. And it seems that's something internal. At least last time it was internal, and it's the same pattern. Big amount first, splitting, and then just yeah, spreading all these bitcoins to a lot of different wallets. I don't know if that's something that they are doing, reorganizing their wallets, or what they are doing. I don't know, but in my opinion, 90% possibility that's just an internal Coinbase operation. I think they will announce something very soon. Well, however, just afterwards we received 7,000 Bitcoin, and just an hour later we can see an outflow of 7,600 or 7,700 Bitcoins. Outflow at the same time we can see they are absorbing almost everything what these guys are selling. Because the correlation between stablecoin inflows and outflows are so accurate, as you see. I mean, you know, for example, here, so taking profit at the same time sending stablecoins to the exchanges, indicating they are going to absorb. It's very interesting what they are doing because they are tracking, it seems, the stablecoin outflows. And I was checking that every time when they see someone is taking stablecoins out, just few minutes later they send stablecoins in. I really don't know how that works, and maybe that matches with the theory that exchanges are doing it. I don't know. I really don't know. It's just pure speculation. But and since then we received after the 7,000 Bitcoin inflow, we received another 1,500. Afterwards, less 840, and it lifted up again by 1,400 Bitcoins. At the same time, we received 86, almost 87 million in stablecoins, and outflow of 120 million in the last 2 hours. So we need to see what's happening here, but at the moment, if that's it, that's not big. I mean, it seems they are 7,000 Bitcoin. They are sending these Bitcoins. They are not completely done here, and that explains why they are sending stablecoins to the exchanges. So I think maybe a leg more down while absorbing or maintain the price and absorb. That depends. We need to see. But I have tweeted about that the market maker reduced its balances by 40,000 Bitcoin. And we need to see if we can now finally find some fund flow. Just, if that matches to derivative exchanges, spot exchanges, or even OTC. If that's OTC, we don't know what they are going to do with that. My expectations, they will sell them. But yeah, today it's going to be a very exciting day. Maybe nothing happens, because a long weekend is coming. Monday is the Wall Street holiday, so in the US, nobody is going to work. We will have an expanded weekend, and so we need to be very careful. Last time they did that, that was Monday holiday. They pumped. Something that could happen again because low volume. We will see if the market maker is going to allow that. I don't know what the market maker has in mind, to be honest. If that's really a conspiracy of Tether, maybe is the a big bank working or cooperating with FTX. Some of you know which American bank I'm I'm right now talking about, and maybe that's the market maker. But I really don't know. I would love to know that. So let us take a look to the future market. Wow. Holy. Let us take a look. That's big. 545 million. Someone is taking profit big on stablecoins on derivative exchanges. That's really big. I mean, the last time was 470, and I was really surprised by 550. That's really crazy. I mean, the biggest one was once 700. So at the same time, sending 330 millions to the exchanges. Let us take this time. I start here with the flows instead. Let us take a look here, and that was yesterday. Today, almost nothing. I mean, the biggest inflow related to derivative exchanges, 4,000 bitcoins. More outflows than inflows. So, for example, here, that was the max today in volume, 4,000 versus 5,000 outflows. So, taking profit here as well. At the same time, the funding rate, I mean, look at that. The funding rate just nuked, and now it seems it's lifting up a little bit. So they are demanding a little bit more longs than shorts. We see that the open interest, wow, declined more. That's crazy. I mean, I think I mentioned that. I really hope that at least the future market will survive that, because if that could be really a big, 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 big trouble for all exchanges, because many they are just making money with future markets. If that collapse, then wow. Yeah, and leverage ratio rising because many people are just thinking we are going straight up. I don't know yet, so we will see. Maybe after this analysis, I will trade. But today, someone in Discord asked me, "Hey, Inspo, are you trading daily with all your metrics?" And I said yes. And even my own reply surprised me because just 2 months ago, I said I'm not an intraday trader. I don't have the time for that. But in the current market situation, the best thing you can do is trade the swings. It's really the best thing you can do. Everything else would be a big risk, in my opinion. So, and of course, the longs are rising. Of course, they are. Wow. 70 to 30, well, 64 to 35. That's incredible because that rise by at least 10% in few hours. So people, yeah, flipped again to extreme bullish. Well, extreme it's not. It's not 2 billions. It's 1.3, but I hope you know what I mean. Let us take a look to FTX and so on to the liquidation map. Let us start with FTX. Let us see if something changed since my Spanish analysis. As you know, it takes a little bit. Oh wow. Oh yes, it changed a lot. Many longs disappeared and oh wow. Oh, they are shorting here 21. That's crazy. That's really crazy what they are doing on FTX, to be honest. I mean, wow. Okay. We have a winner here. That's the short side. Let us take a look to Binance. Oh no, no. Oh, one credit less. Stupid, stupid, stupid Inspo. Binance, please. Let us see. Show me something useful. Oh, it's almost the same. It's almost the same. Phew, we need to see, we need to care about later on when we check the exchange walls if these guys are protecting that area of 21. If that's the case, whales are shorting hard. If that's not the case, I'm going too long. I'm really going too long. I don't know why sometimes it looks completely different because if I check the liquidation map here and if I check that, it doesn't match at all. I'm not sure even if the Kingfisher is taking into account all still active future trades on Binance or just the last one, I don't know, for the last 3, 4 hours or 24 hours, because that's the difference. Blockchain Whispers is showing you the current balances on Binance. So you will find here even longs that are maybe 2 years old or whatever. I mean, not 2 years old, but you know what I mean. Um, so, yeah, I really don't get that. Well, however, let us take a look to the option market. Well, we can see that finally, you see, I mean, someone is buying big, and the question is why? They are, in my opinion, that's bullish. Okay, that's usually what I would expect from a bullish market. It's just push the price down or maintain, hold the price down with futures and buy spot, for example. And we can see, no, we can't. We can see if that's, I guess that's Coinbase. I guess we will see if that's the case. If they started to buy again and they stopped now, so we will see if they're going to do exactly the same like last time. So they are done. and tonight or something, boom, we go down again. But that's here something we should check, and because that's really big, while they're just maintaining the price low, you know, I mean, let us see if we can see that here. That's FTX spot. Who is, we can, I think that's Coinbase. Uh, yes, not only, but yes, I mean, Coinbase is always almost bullish, at least related to CBDs. Oh no. Oh look. Oh look. Bitfinex with US dollars. That's interesting. Someone is preventing to buy with USDT and is buying directly with USD, and that's big. CBD since, let me check. God, I can't see anything. Today? Since today. Okay, that's I think that's bullish, and I think I will long. I don't know what these guys have in mind, but that's really big. Let us take a look again just to. I don't know if that's linked to their longs, you know, but that's really big. So Bitfinex showing a big demand with USD. Let us take a look. Okay, Binance nothing. Even USDT nothing. Bittrex buying, but just nothing. Coinbase buying, but well, Coinbase is buying all the time. If we take a look, it's just always, it seems, I'm not sure if they are buying, but it's always up, up, up. Even if you check their exchange reserves, every time 2000 comes in, just a minute later it's just went out, you know? It doesn't make sense for me. I don't know what these guys are doing. I know what these guys are doing, but I don't know what these guys are doing. I will treat that about mm Bitfinex, to be honest, because that's going to be that's really an indicator. When they start to buy that much, something is in the air, and I don't really know what. So let us take a look now to the entities and see if we can check something there, and at the same time we can check, for example, here, just a moment, the Binance perp. Oh yes, they are preparing, they are just demanding a lot of longs. Something is in the air. And I think and hope I will don't hate myself, but what I'm saying, we will see what's happening. I'm going too long. Not big, to be honest, and low leverage because otherwise I don't know what could happen today with the volatility expiries and so on. So very interesting, very, very interesting. And now we take a look to our market makers, what these guys are doing. Okay, it maintains there. And you remember last year they reduced their balances until 5,070,000. Now we have 5,090,000. So maybe these guys are going to reduce their balances even more. But I can't tell you. I really can't tell you what these guys have in mind. These guys have bought a little bit, 10,000. These guys are, I'm not sure if they are accumulating because they trade behavior is so strange. Well, we don't need to talk about that here. But yes, so if we check here, this guys keeps buying 5,000 it seems here. These guys maybe as well. The market maker, just a move of 600 bitcoins. That's nothing, to be honest. So nothing happening here. We'll see. Let us take a look. Yeah, nothing big. Really, absolutely nothing big here. So yes, then let us go. And I think the next chapter are the exchange walls. So let us take a look now to Coinbase. I'm still thinking about this finding related to the BTC USD pair on Bitfinex. That let me struggle a lot because I was expecting a, another bearish move, but now I'm really struggling. I mean, I just have opened a long. I hope they're not going to liquidate. It's not big anyway. I mean, but when they start to buy and I mean in one day such a huge amount it seems because the cumulative volume delta is just showing you. I mean, you have buyers and you have sellers. Just the sellers are just much more. Their buyers are much more than the sellers, at least related to the different volume candles and their participation by buyers and sellers. So that's really huge, and usually I'm not sure. I mean, why should someone buy that big now, today? Is maybe Bitfinex, Tether, preparing the big scam pump to distribute the up, make quick money because they have a problem with liquidity? That's just an idea, but could happen. And we should have this in mind, right? So we will see. I was using my future to hedge my spot, but that's a bet. That's really a bet. We will see. That's maybe a risky one because at least the price action doesn't look really bullish. But well, what's price action, right? And even then, I mean, just check that. That's what Coinbase is doing since we arrived 30K. It takes a little bit. Jesus, my PC, I don't know. Are you from last century? Um, you have here a lot of buy orders. You have here lot of buy orders. Here, just almost nothing. And usually I would expect they really want to fill all these orders, but then we will go really, really deep and something. I mean, it can happen. It doesn't mean it's going to happen this weekend, we have enough time. You have seen that the bearish sentiment for July maintains, so maybe something is going to happen next, you know. But yeah, we need to see. I mean, I think that the XY is lifting up, of course, and so Bitcoin. Oh God, I have closed my short for the long. Oh Jesus. But the Bitfinex, I don't know. I don't trust them. When they do such kind of operation, be very careful. Deribit maintains, in my opinion, very bearish. A lot of sell orders waiting there. Bitstamp. Also strange waiting here, you know, at 30K, but also here at 17.5. Binance Spot, of course, limiting here at 20. Nothing up, a lot down. Exactly the same like Coinbase. Exactly the same. And you will see we will find another exchange that's exactly doing the same. You can imagine which one. The CEO is my best friend, Sam. Sam is my best friend. Exactly the same. Nothing here, but below 30K, it starts to raise. We have some orders there, and but nothing up. Bitfinex B is, and that's, I mean, are they buying here to sell here, or even to sell here? But look, the CBD, it matches. That's not, I mean, that's right. And they have started here. Let us track that a little bit. So they have started to both here in the last dump. And for Bitfinex, that's big. That's really big. And we have even bigger here. I mean, usually they just are limiting with low volume, you know, nothing big, but that's really, I mean, yeah, of course the price has to go down even more. Ah, Jesus. But that's crazy. Really, really crazy what's happening there. And that's now FTX perp. Okay, so of course you can see here they are waiting, also limiting at 20, but they have here 17 and so on. And let us take a look to Kraken. And Kraken doing exactly the same. Exactly the same. So also a lot here, but nothing up. Bybit, I like Bybit. I don't see, I never have detected any manipulation, spoofing or something there. I really like it. I'm not sponsored by Bybit or something, but to be honest, if you are a newbie, you are looking for an exchange, I would go to Bybit. I think I will open an account on Bybit because I am making analysis really long and I have never detected any kind of manipulation on Bybit. 25K, 24K, and 19.2 by BitMEX. Binance Futures, well, Binance Futures is pure spoofing, and of course they are here. You see a big wallet, a big wall at 20. Yeah, so they need a lot of stuff to push down to lower than 20, but they did it in the past, so why not, right? So let us see Bitfinex derivatives. I mean, take a look. I, do you see that? If you are bullish, would you? I mean, I don't know. I know I Kraken futures, also nothing big here. And now FTX spot. I will show you. Doing exactly the same like Binance spot and Coinbase spot. Nothing, really, absolutely nothing here. Maybe coincidence. Some will say yes, of course. I mean, hey, 25K for them, it's really attractive to buy there. Yeah, maybe, but it's a little bit, I mean, that looks so synchronized. And in my opinion, yeah, I can imagine that institutionals are not just using one exchange, Binance because of its liquidity, of course, FTX because of Alameda and all their kind futures they have, and Coinbase, well, institutionals as well. So that's it. Let us go directly to the personal conclusion.